Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to Peter Watches TV, where I watch all the TV shows. I watch all the true crime. I watch all the trending shows on Netflix and Apple and Peacock and Paramount and Shudder and Disney. I watch all of them, okay? And I also watch all the reality shows, and then I react to them over here and have a little conversation with you guys. So please feel free to sound off in the comment section below. I love watching TV, and I love talking to people about TV shows. And so if you love TV shows and you love talking about TV shows, why not come over here and hang out with me? So today I want to do something a little bit different over here. And if you guys enjoy this, this is something that I'm going to keep doing every month going forward. So let me kind of explain to you a little bit of what I'm going to do over here today. Today I'm going to talk about the most anticipated TV shows, streaming movies, and true crime that is coming out in October of 2024 that I am the most excited about. My most anticipated shows, okay? Now, these are not going to be shows that are like the 14th season of such and such or the 24th season of Grey's Anatomy or something like that. These are limited series that are going to come out that are brand new on like Netflix and Apple and Max and Paramount, Peacock, and Apple and things like that. These are limited series, or they are, I think there's like 2 movies in there or something like that that I think are appropriate because I've been anticipating for a long time. And there's a lot of true crime on there as well. So let me tell you how this all came to be. So for probably the last, I don't know, year, I have gone online like the middle of the month before, like the middle of September. And I've started reading articles like what new true crime documentaries are coming out in October, or like what's the best true crime coming out in October, and what's the best limited series that are coming out in October. And then I keep a list in my phone and like do that like every month. Well, I mentioned that on here, I think, and maybe on my vlog, and I got a couple comments from people saying, where do you find these articles online? Like, where do you read them? Well, I actually read probably like, every month it's different. I read like from like 10 different articles online where they'll like list like the best new Netflix shows in October, the best Hulu shows in October, the best true crime coming out in October, the best true crime coming out the last part of 2024. I read all these articles to try to find out, and I miss a lot. I miss a lot. So if there are shows that I do not mention in here today, these are just my most anticipated. If there are shows that you think that I would really enjoy, that you think other people would enjoy, that are coming out that I am not mentioning in this video today, please put it in the comment section below and bring our attention to it. I would love that. I'm always up for a new show. And October has a lot of good shows that are coming out. So a couple people reached out to me, like I said, and left comments, and they said, where are you finding these? I think got a couple DMs too. People were like, where are you finding these articles and these lists? Like, how do you come up with this list? Or do you just see it when it comes up like on these apps? Like it'll show like newly released. That's one of the ways that I find them. And I also go through like the up and coming on Netflix and the up and coming on, I think, Apple and things like that. So I go through those as well to look and see what's coming up, and I'll see like, oh, this looks good. Yes, no, I'll pass on that, whatever. So since I come up with this list every month and a couple people have reached out to me, I thought, I'm going to put like these articles, I'm going to put my own video out either the day before, the last day of the month before, or the first day of the month going in, of my most anticipated shows for that month. So today is my most anticipated shows for October. And if this goes well, then I will do my most anticipated shows for November and things like that. Now, this month, there's a lot of spooky shows because it's October, it's Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. And there's a lot of spooky shows. Like coming up in November and December, there will probably be a lot of holiday shows, I'm assuming, and things like that. I think there's a couple on here that are not spooky, but most of them, by and large, are pretty spooky. So I'm really excited about the spooky shows for October and Halloween month. And a couple of these shows start, like, I think today and the next 3 days and things like that. So I have to tell you, I have a list, and the list has what they're going to be on and when they come out. And then I also have a screenshot of each one that I put in order last night per my list. A screenshot of each of these so that I could go in and I could read you guys a little bit of a synopsis about this. So let's get right into these. These are in no order. I just listed them as I found them. So let's go in. These are my most anticipated shows for October. And the first one is actually a movie, and it is a remake of Salem's Lot, and it is going to be, I believe, on Max, and it is coming out October 3rd. So it's coming out on Thursday, and it is a remake. Like I said, it's an hour and 54 minutes, and it says, here's the, it comes out October 3rd, 2024, and the synopsis is, is, when author Ben Mears comes back to his childhood home in search for some inspiration for his next book, he discovers that people in his hometown are mysteriously turning into blood-sucking vampires. Now, this movie has been getting a lot of attention recently. People are like, the trailer looks fantastic. It's like a newer day version of it. People are really, really excited about this movie coming back. I think this is the second remake of Salem's Lot. I've never read the book, but I've seen the original, and I remember the kid, like, they actually have it. They show it in the trailer, the kid, like, scraping on the window. I remember that from the original one. I loved that movie growing up as a kid, so I'm very, very excited about Salem's Lot. Like I said, here, I'll have it written down right here. Comes out on Max on October 3rd. The next show that I have is called Sweet Pea, and where does it come out? Hold on a second. And I don't have listed where it comes out, but it comes out on the 9th of October. Let me get into, I have them all in order right here. So Sweet Pea is a comedy drama, and it says Sky Atlantic. I think it comes out on Hulu, actually, and it comes out the 9th of October. And it has one season, it's a series, and it says the girl everyone overlooks might just be able to get away with murder. And this is actually getting a lot of attention too. All these shows that I found are shows that are like highly listed as getting a lot of shows. So that comes out October 9th, and that is called Sweet Pea, and it's supposed to be really, really, really good. Okay, the next show, I'm having to go in and out of here, comes out the next day, 10/10 on Peacock, and it is called Teacup. A lot of these have kind of like strange names, don't you think? And it is called Teacup. And Teacup is one season. And it looks very, very spooky. And it is on Peacock, and it comes out, what did I say, 10/10? And here is a synopsis. Teacup is an upcoming American horror television series created by Ian McCullough and inspired by the novel Stinger by Robert R. McCammon. Oh my God. Oh my God, I brought a couple of his books. I read Boy's Life when I was like growing up about this kid that's like going through the swamps of like Louisiana. It was so scary. I read a couple of his books. The first season is scheduled to premiere on Peacock on October 10th, 2024 with 8 half-hour episodes, and it's supposed to be really, really good. Okay, the next one is Disclaimer, and it's on Apple, and a couple people have sent this to me because they know that I love the Apple shows. So this is, where is it at? Disclaimer. Critically acclaimed director Alfonso Cuarón brings to life Disclaimer, a psychological thriller miniseries based on a book of the same name. Cate Blanchett stars as Catherine Ravenscroft, a seasoned investigative journalist who discovers that a novel of unknown origins reveals her darkest secrets. Racing against the clock, she tries to figure out who sent the novel and what they want before the whole world comes crashing down. You won't want to miss this 7-part series dropping October 11th on Apple TV. I feel like these are all like right in a row. They're all coming out right in a row. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be such a heavy TV watching month. The next one is probably one of my most anticipated shows, and it comes out the 18th of October on Peacock, and it is called Hysteria. People keep on sending this one to me. I am so excited about this as well. And it is one season, it's a thriller, and it says, after building a reputation as a satanic music group, members of a high school heavy metal band become the target of a local witch hunt when people of supernatural activity start to plague their town. And I believe this is about the satanic panic that happened in the 70s and the early 80s. It is supposed to be so well done. I am so, so excited about that, and that comes out on October 18th on Peacock. Are you keeping a list? You better be. Okay. The next one is called Woman of the Hour, and it is on Netflix, and actually my friend Tanya Jean brought this to my attention. Do I have listed when it comes out? I do not have listed when this comes out. Hold on, maybe I have it on my screenshot of it. Okay. So Woman of the Hour, hold on a second, is a movie, and it came out last year, 2023. Woman of the Hour is a 2023 American crime thriller film directed by Anna Kendrick in her directorial debut and written by Ian McDonald. It is based on the life of serial killer Rodney Alcala, who in 1978 appeared on the television show The Dating Game in the midst of his murder spree. And it's supposed to be fantastic. I think this was actually on Shudder first, and now they're bringing it over to, it looks like it's going to be on Netflix. Is that where it's going to be? What did I have it on my list? Yes, on Netflix. The next one is the 5th season of Unsolved Mysteries. It comes out tonight. It comes out tomorrow, actually, but it comes out tonight at 3 a.m., so you know what I'll be doing. Now, I have to tell you, I was very disappointed in the last season. I covered it over here. I was very disappointed in the last season of Unsolved Mysteries, but hopefully this season will be a little bit better. I'm kind of surprised they released them so close together, but I'm really excited about this. The new remake of Unsolved Mysteries, I used to watch it as a kid growing up, but the new remake of Unsolved Mysteries, I love like the first couple of seasons of it, but the last season, people were surprised. They were like, Peter, I'm kind of surprised you didn't like it. I didn't love it at all, but this one looks a little bit better. This is Volume 5. Comes out October 2nd on Netflix, which means my time, Eastern time, it'll come out at 3 a.m. tonight, and I will probably be up watching it. Unsolved Mysteries is back with additional only four episodes, with an additional 4 episodes featuring perplexing cold cases and supernatural events that'll keep you guessing. Can you solve the mystery? The volume features everything from unresolved murders to an alien encounters. Unsolved Mysteries is from the creators of the original docuseries. And so I'm excited about that. Okay, I will tell you, just on the heels of this, I did try to watch that Out There show, The Paranormal Crimes. I could not watch it, okay? I'll just tell you right now. I thought it was highly researched, but not that interesting, and very sad and tragic. And what it was a lot of, like, true crime cases of, like, murder and court cases and things like that they tried to tie to paranormal things, and I just didn't think it was that well done. Plus, they included a lot of those cartoons in there that, like, Worst Ex Ever and Worst Roommate Ever does. I don't love those cartoons. I don't think they serve any purpose. I understand a lot of people tried to explain it to me, and I already got it, that the cartoons serve a purpose of, like, trying to dramatize, like, what's happening as they're talking over it. I get that. The cartoons are cheesy at best. I don't like them. I think that it actually takes away the scare factor from the shows, and the intensity of the shows to show all that. I think it would be better if they just showed, like, actual pictures of, like, the house or whatever while they're doing it. I don't love the cartoons, any of that. But that Out There show, or whatever it was called on Hulu that people sent to me, and my friend watched it. She liked it. I got to the Goat Man, which was the 3rd episode, and I got like halfway through it. It's all about this Goat Man. But then it's really about this girl that gets killed in this train tracks. It's very sad and tragic, so I stopped watching it. Not because I don't like that shows that are about true crime, but because it was like true crime that they were trying to pass off about paranormal, and I didn't really understand why they did it that way instead of just making a true crime show. It didn't seem like they knew whether they wanted to be a paranormal show or a true crime show, but it kind of seemed like they were monopolizing over these people's, like, tragic deaths and mental health to make it into something paranormal, which it really wasn't. And so I just kind of was like, I'm done with this show. If somebody thinks it's that great, I might go back and visit it, but at this point, I have no desire to do that. The next one is Heartbreaker or Heartstopper, season 3. My husband actually just this weekend watched the first 2 seasons of it. I read all of the graphic novels. I think the five out so far. The 6th one is coming out next, and it's the 6th and final graphic novel by Alice Oseman. I've read, like, almost everything of hers except for one book. She doesn't just have the graphic novel series. She also has a lot of books. And if you have read her books, Charlie, so it's Charlie and Nick that are the couple in Heartstopper. Charlie's sister, Tori, is actually the main character of the very first book of hers I ever read, which I think is called either Solitude and Radio Silence are 2 of her books. But I think Radio Silence, Tori is the main character of that. Her books are fantastically written. I love the show. I wish the show had existed when I was in high school before I came out. I think it would have helped me greatly. My husband said the same thing. He said, if this show had existed when I was in high school, like, this would have so helped me feel seen. It's just such a beautifully done show, and I always say this to people when they start watching it. A lot of my friends have just started watching it recently. I'm like, the characters in the graphic novels look identical to the people that are playing the parts in the show. It's like, it's weird. It's uncanny how they cast the show. It's fantastically done. I'm so excited. I'm sure I'll binge watch that, like, literally, and probably in one day. And that comes out. Hold on a second. I have that screen. Did I screenshot that? I feel like I did. Hold on a second. No, I did not screenshot. Did I? And I put it up there? Well, it comes out sometime in October. I think it comes out October 3rd, actually. I don't know how I know that, but I feel like it comes out October 3rd. So that's in 2 days it comes out. Lots of stuff coming out this week. I can't believe it. Okay, the next show is the Menendez Brothers, and this is a documentary that's coming out on Netflix to follow the Monster Show. A lot of people are saying that this is like their response to the Monster Show because, like, the backlash they're getting. But this documentary had to be filmed so long ago. I actually think Ryan Murphy, I don't know where I heard this. I might be wrong about this, but it's somehow involved in this documentary. Okay, wait, where is it at? Okay, so here it is. In 1996, Lyle and it's called The Menendez Brothers, the official documentary. In 1996, Lyle and Eric Menendez were convicted of the murders of their parents in what became one of the most famous criminal cases of the late 20th century. For the first time in almost 30 years, and in their own words, both brothers revisit the trial that shocked the nation. And that will be on Netflix, and that comes out the 7th on Netflix, and I will definitely be watching that, and I will be covering probably almost all of these shows over here as well. So if you guys want to know what I'll be covering this month, these are the shows I'll be watching. The next one comes out 10/26. I'm very, very excited about this show. A couple people sent this to me, and they thought that it was just a UK show, but it's not. It's coming out on Netflix, US as well, and it's called Sweet Bobby, My Catfish Nightmare. It looks fantastic. After an online friendship blossoms into true love, Kira finds herself turning detective to uncover the truth behind the mysterious fiancé, Bobby. Inspired by hit podcast Sweet Bobby is the story of a fairy tale romance gone horribly wrong. It comes to Hulu on, it says Netflix on here. Oh, no, that's the next one. It comes to Netflix. And when does it come to Netflix? The 26th of October, towards the end of the month. The next one is Lincoln Lawyer Season 3. I'm so excited about this. It's one of my favorite shows. I've never read the books by Michael Connelly, but I'm thinking about going back. Void Moon by Michael Connelly is probably one of my favorite books of life that takes place in Vegas. So I have the first one downloaded, so I'm thinking about going in. There was actually a movie that they made with Matthew McConaughey, I think. I think that was The Lincoln Lawyer. But this is a TV show, and I think only the first one is based on the books. There's 2 seasons out so far. Nev Campbell is in it as well. It is so fantastically casted. My husband started this weekend and he finished both. I think he has like 2 episodes left of the second, or maybe he's only halfway through the second season, but he is loving it. I didn't really think he'd like it because he doesn't like detective shows like that, but he loves it. So the 3rd season, all the episodes, they released half the season last year and then the other half like a couple of weeks later. The whole season comes out October 17th on Netflix, and I'm really, really excited about this. Okay, the next one that's coming out, I feel like, okay, we read the book, so for those of you that don't know, I have a true crime book club that I run with my good friend Mel. Hey Mel, how are you? Tomorrow is Mel's birthday! Happy birthday, Mel! So, we read a book about the Zodiac Killer in our true crime book club. I've watched a bunch of documentaries about it. I have to be honest with you, I'm kind of like, I feel like there's so much saturation with the Zodiac Killer that I don't know why we're still doing this. I watched the last documentary that Netflix put out, and I thought it was really poorly done about the Zodiac Killer, but I will watch this one as well, and it comes out on 10/23 on Netflix. I hope it has something different to offer this time, because I'm really ready for something different. And hold on a second. It comes out October 23rd, and it is a series. And it says, in this true crime docuseries, a family searching for answers shares clues and eye-opening testimonies about the prime suspect in the Zodiac murders. And that comes out October 23rd on Netflix. I feel like every different documentary that I watch, there's a different prime suspect of the Zodiac Killer, which I believe it's been so long by now that I believe that the Zodiac Killer and the Golden State Killer who has never spoken, I believe there's a crossover in those crimes at some point, because I heavily have researched the Golden State Killer and read the book by Michelle McNamara that I loved, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. One Woman's Obsessive Search by the Golden State Killer. If you're looking for a great true crime and you've never watched it, that on Max is phenomenal. It's a 5-part series, and she actually passed away before he was caught and things like that. And her husband is the actor Patton Oswalt, and he is huge in the documentary. It is so well done. There's a follow-up documentary about the Golden State Killer, about the people that he dated and stuff like that. It's really well done too. It talks about his personal life. But I feel like there's a crossover because some of the areas that they were in are similar, although the Zodiac Killer was a little bit more north in California and the Golden State Killer was a little bit more south. But I think the Zodiac Killer has passed away and is dead, and we will never find out who it is. That's what I think about the Zodiac Killer. So, but that comes out October 23rd if you're interested in that. So many shows, right? And then this movie comes out the 3rd of October on Hulu, and I am a huge Sarah Paulson fan. I've watched everything by her. I love her so much. And it is a movie. It's an hour and 34 minutes, and it's called Hold Your Breath. In 1930s Oklahoma and the region's horrific dust storms, a woman is convinced that a sinister presence is threatening her family. It's supposed to be fantastic, and I cannot wait to watch it. Like I said, it comes out on Hulu on October 3rd. The next one is something that I hadn't heard of until I was like reading some of these articles, and it's called The Hunt for the Chameleon Killer. It comes out on AMC on the 10th of October. If you have AMC, I love my AMC. It has the entire Walking Dead universe over there. But it's called The Hunt for the Chameleon Killer. Now, the synopsis for this is kind of long because it was like a press release. The gripping limited true crime docuseries, The Hunt for the Chameleon Killer, is set to premiere Thursday, October 10th at 10 p.m. On Sundance TV, and will also be available as a full series binge on AMC and Sundance the same day. After a headless, handless body is discovered in a Florida canal in 1990, law enforcement begins a search for the killer, which takes him all the way to London before the trail goes cold. What ensues is a string of stolen identities, wrongful accusations, and a 12-year cat and mouse chase across multiple countries as authorities close in on the most wanted woman in the world. Exploring all the crimes of Elaine Parent, the hunt for the chameleon killer uncovers every potential victim and determines whether law enforcement is correct in their belief that she was a serial killer. It shows how Parent claimed an interest in numerology and that she could predict the future with the help of key numbers to get her victims to divulge their personal details, which she then used to steal their identities. Ultimately, the hunt for the chameleon killer answers the key questions at the very heart of the story. Who was Elaine Parent, and what drove her to commit these crimes? By the way, I've been thinking for some time now about doing my top 10 favorite true crime documentaries of life. I keep a list of all the true crimes I've watched. If you guys want me to do that, please put it in the comment section below. I haven't watched every true crime documentary, but I've watched most of them. So let me know. Okay, the next one is called, and this is another one that I found on one of these articles, The Disappearance of Alyssa Turney, and this comes out on Peacock on October 13th. Let me read to you this. It says, Sarah Turney became a viral sensation when she posted suspicions on social media that her dad killed her sister Alyssa. Now Sarah re-examines her and Alyssa's childhood. And it comes out, The Family Secrets, The Disappearance of Alyssa Turney. It comes out on Peacock on October 13th. The next one is, actually, so for a True Crime Book Club every month, we pick a book, but we also are now picking a true crime documentary series. So, okay, wait, October is that. So September was TikTok, no wait, August? I can't remember. Anyway, we've done the TikTok murders taken together, and the third documentary that we are watching is... only 3 episodes are out so far, so I'm mentioning this as my October binge, and I haven't even started it yet, is The Real Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's out on Max now, and if you guys have not watched it, I have heard great things about it, so I would highly recommend it. The Real Murders on Elm Street, Season 1, these bone-chilling stories prove horror really can come true on Elm Street, and the first one is called Killer in the Walls. A disturbed teenager terrorizes a family by living in the walls of their Townsend, Massachusetts home. The second episode is called And We Have Serial Killers. Inside a burning house, firefighters find the bodies of a male and female impaled with swords. The third one is called Wheel of Punishment. Investigators in California discover a bloody quadruple homicide involving the occult. So the 3 episodes are out, and the 4th episode is coming out this week. It will be 6 episodes total. Okay, the next one is Joan, and I believe, somebody just sent this to me. I was like, I've never heard of this. It comes out on the CW. I don't even know if we have the CW, but it'll probably come out on Hulu or whatever as well. Hold on a second. If this is a series, Sophie Turner stars as Joan, a housewife turned diamond thief in this 6-part miniseries. Based on the real life of Joan Hannington and adapted from her 2004 memoir, this true crime drama is sure to keep you wanting more. It debuts on September 29th in the UK, followed shortly by the US release on the CW on October 2nd. So it will be out as of tomorrow. The next one, we're almost done. The next one is I Am Not a Monster, The Lois Rice Murders. It comes out 10/15 on Max. This is another one I found on one of the true crime articles. And hold on a second, let me get to this. I'm Not a Monster, The Lois Rice Murders. It's a docuseries, comes out October 15th on Max. In 2018, a small-town murder in Minnesota shocks the community when Lois Rice kills her husband David and goes on the run from the authorities. Years later, Lois sits down with the filmmakers telling her story for the first time. So that looks absolutely fantastic. And the next one is something I'm very interested in because for our True Crime Book Club, we just read, I think it was a July book actually. It was called There Is No Ethan, about 3 women that were catfished by another, well, I don't want to say in case you want to read the book, but anyway, it's very, very interesting how they found out the information, the identity and things like that. The whole the idea of like hidden identities, catfishing, all that kind of stuff, especially since my identity is used, my pictures, my family's pictures, my names and stuff like that are used so much. In fact, on my Instagram account, I have an entire tab dedicated to fakes of people, men and women, that have stolen my identity and are trying. I mean, I get literally once a week, I get somebody that said, I've sent this person a couple $1,000. I thought we were having a romantic relationship. I image searched their picture and it came up with you. I didn't even realize that you made YouTube videos. So I'm very interested in the whole idea of catfishing because my image is used quite a bit as far as catfishing. So I'm really excited about this one. It's called Fanatical. Hold on a second. Let me get into this. I knew nothing about this, so I'm very excited about this. It's called Fanatical, the catfishing of the Tegan and Sarah, the musical duo. This documentary follows a catfishing scheme that targeted fans of the indie rock band Tegan and Sarah exploring the dark side of fandom. I think that looks so good. I'm so excited about that. And that comes out on October 18th on Hulu. And the last show that I have on my list is the American Horror Stories. I think it's 6 parts, 6 stories. It's the stories, not American Horror Story. It's the individual stories. I've watched the first 2 seasons. This is the 3rd one. It comes out on October 15th on Hulu. It's the American Horror Stories Hulu-ween event. I don't think there's any synopsis. I think I just have the flyer for it. Feast your eyes on new spine-chilling series. FX American Horror Stories is back. Oh, 5. With a 5-episode Hulu-ween event streaming October 15th only on Hulu. So I'm very excited about that. Now let me tell you the shows that I'm currently watching in case you guys want to watch any of these shows. Please list in the comment section below any shows that you think I should be watching. Okay, so I'll tell you if I'm watching a show and if I'm watching it with my husband. I'm sure not many of you care, but these are the shows we watch. So we're watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City together. It is such a good season so far. If you're a Housewives fan, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is really good. If you guys want me to do weekly updates of the Housewives, I can do that as well. Please let me know. Real Housewives of Orange County, we're getting to the end of the season over there. Sister Wives, of course, covering it over here. Welcome to Plathville. Big Brother, watching that with my husband as well. Only Murders in the Building, loving it. This is one of the best seasons so far. I just watched last night's episode last night. The 3rd season of From, oh my god, it's on MGM. It is so good. This is the 3rd season. I thought it was the final season, but I don't think it's going to be. This is probably the scariest season so far. The Golden Bachelorette, I'm watching, and I'm loving. I watched it last week, and I bawled my eyes out. The Golden Bachelorette and The Golden Bachelor are so much better than just the regular Bachelor series, although I do love the messiness of Bachelor in Paradise. Grotesquerie, so my husband and I started this last week, and I didn't want to watch it till the whole series was out, but he wanted to watch it, so we started watching it together. We binge-watched the first 2, we watched the first 2 episodes together. It comes out on Thursdays on Hulu. It is so fantastically done. It's a Ryan Murphy show. I think it's him making up for the mess of monsters that he did. But it is about an alcoholic detective played by Niecy Nash that is investigating several different murders, and there is a serial killer. It involves the Catholic Church. She's working with a nun. Actually, the priest is played by Nicholas Chavez, who played Lyle Menendez in the Monster movie, or Monsters Menendez show. It is so well done. Do not sleep on Grotesquerie. And then I am also watching Survivor. Did I already say that? And then I started last night Dark Winds. I've had this on my list for a while. Oh my god, you guys, this is so it reminds me kind of a True Detective a little bit. I started watching it last night, and it's 2 seasons are out. It started on AMC. It is now on Netflix. You can watch it either place. It is 2 seasons, 6 episodes each. It is fantastically casted, fantastically done, scary. It is a great mystery thriller, and I got last night to the end of the 4th episode, so I have 5 and 6 to watch tonight, and then season 2. I'm like, it is so binge worthy. Do not sleep on Dark Winds. It is so good. And then I also have the TikTok murders to watch this week for our True Crime Book Club. And then my cousin Caroline last night, she started watching Grotesquerie because I told her to. And she was like, oh my god, this reminds me of one of my top 5 favorite TV shows. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, Criminal Minds. And I was like, people have been telling me to watch it for years. She's like, Peter, you've never watched Criminal Minds? It's so good. So I went and looked it up. It's like, you can stream it from different places. I'm watching it on Disney Channel. It's I think 17 total seasons, 15 of the main show, and then 2 like offsets of that. I texted Caroline, I go, it's 15 seasons, Caroline. She goes, it's so good. So I watched the first episode of Criminal Minds last night, and it is really good. So anyway, I'm thinking I'm gonna binge watch Criminal Minds over time. So those are all the shows that I'm watching right now. Please give me any recommendations of new true crime, new shows that are coming out. I don't care if they're scary or not. I'll watch anything. I will tell you this, the new show on Netflix, my husband just watched it this weekend, and he really liked it. It's not my kind of thing, because it's more of like a romantic comedy. But let me tell you what it is called, because he really enjoyed it. It is called Nobody Wants This, and he really liked it. So, I told him that I would mention that. Look, I just put different pairs of reading glasses on. I told him I would mention that. So, those are all the shows I'm anticipating for October. I hope that you had your notepad out. I'm not putting a list below, anything like that. I put together the screenshots. I worked so hard on this. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.